Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lambo here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. And today, another ridiculous mod from my brain. And I'm going to invite you to sit with me, and we're going to learn a little bit. Right now, slap the like button, because you might forget, you might leave early, I might bore you, whatever the case may be. We're going to make an absolutely ridiculous truck. Stick with me. Thank you so much. Okay, first, I already have a mod folder set up. If you haven't watched my previous video that I uploaded, please go watch that, and I show you how to walk through. I'm going to stop wasting people's time and just get right to the good stuff. Okay, I have a folder all set up with a brand, I3D, sound, store, textures, and there's no files in here currently. They're all empty. I even have the mod disk opened in the screen right behind it. Ridiculous pickup, 1986. And my goal is to tweak stuff on the stock in-game truck, like maybe put crawlers on it, and during that process, show you how to do it to your mod. Could be applied, could maybe not be applied, just depends. All mods are different and none are created equal. So starting off, I already kind of have this all set up just for basic, and I haven't changed out the store icon yet, and I don't even have an XML in our mods folder yet. So let's get these folders back up. I'm going to show you how to locate the truck. So we're going for the Lizard truck, the cheaper one, the old looking one in the game. That's going to be in your farm sim folder, data, vehicles. Ooh, we're going to locate Lizard next. I hate this part. My eyes don't train that fast. Lizard, there we go. Pickup 1986. So this has all the goodies in it. Now, what I want to do is I want to teach you about not as many features on this truck that you can tweak as I can. So I get a lot of questions for sounds. So let's open our sounds folder, and let's open the in-game sounds folder, and we are just going to click. Actually, I'm going to leave that there. We don't need to copy that over, but we do want to play with the actual pickup sounds, maybe change them in the future. So we're just going to copy that over into our own sounds file. Now back to here, we need this XML in our XML folder. So we will just click and drag, copy it over to here. And we're going to reference this store pick in there, but we're going to change it so I can show you how to change it. So we're going to copy that as well. And we're going to paste it in here. Now, the only thing we are really missing out of here is an actual I3D. And as of this moment, we should just copy it over. So we will open this up. First, I like to do what's called like rename, so I can copy the name of it. This is just less code you have to change in the XML if you're just trying to learn really quick and not have to worry about messing up a capital letter or whatever. So now that I have the name copied on my clipboard, I'm going to open it up and save it inside of my mod. So if I do mess up and move something, delete something, I'm not messing with the in-game files. If you're an avid watcher of my videos, I repeat this a lot. So we will go save as and then locate that mod. I'm going to save it in my I3D file, and then if you remember, I have that copied to clipboard, so I can just hit Control B. That'll paste it there, and we hit save. Now I am editing with my mod and not the in-game truck. If you mess with the in-game stuff and you hit save and something's wonky, it will be that way forever until you fix it. And the only way to fix it is to go into the vehicle or wherever the code and fix it, or refresh your entire game file, which sucks. Now, since we already have this screen open and we're going to be cruising around looking at stuff, I am in the outdoor camera right now. This is the camera that swings all around the truck and allows you to see the outside of the vehicle. Now, I don't want to mess with this because if I save it like this, I will be looking that way when the vehicle spawns. We don't want that. So as soon as I load up the in-game, I try to immediately get out of this camera. And the best way to do that is just create a new camera. Camera, boom, I'm out of the camera now. I'm not messing with anything. When I want to go to leave, I would get back into the indoor camera and then delete this camera and then hit save. But we're going to jump back into that one. Boop. Alright, not like we're going to be doing much in here. I just kind of wanted to visually look at it, let you get wrapped around what we're going to be playing with. So this calls for wheels, right? You get a lot of you guys ask about wheels, so I'm going to try to cover a neat little video about wheels. While we're playing around, I'm actually going to jump out of this camera again, jumping all around. Cut that one, and I'm going to paste it inside of this body, so when I hit save, I'm not messing, not having to move the camera around. Because if you have anything outside of this component that isn't listed in the XML as a secondary component, the game will throw an error. So let's take a peek at this wheel right here. We're going to go wheels, open this up so I can show you how exactly the game is calling this in. The game currently, you see there is no wheel in the i3D. That's because we're going to open up the XML now. Go to our ridiculous pickup. We're going to open that up. That's because in here, I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. There is a node that is assigned to this spot, a transform, and it's under right here, rapport and drive node. And what it's going to do is it's asking the game to go to this file name, this tire, this brand, this type of tire, and then this XML. I was labeling that off as we scrolled there. And then it's going to pull from this XML what to do next, which it's going to tell it where to go for the i3D for the tire that it is. Now, if we change this, we could technically change this to anything we wanted, as long as there's another XML that we could switch it to. And that's actually what we're going to do. And a lot of times when you do this, the tire is going to be way too big for the machine, or maybe the wheel hub, you know, but I will show you how to edit that kind of stuff to make it a little bit more usable for whatever it is you're trying to do. So now that we know that it's calling for that there, let's go find a different set of tires to try to throw on there. So we're going to open back up both our windows here. And if you're looking for wheels in this game, they are all stored under shared assets. And then here we go. If you are looking for crawlers, I do believe the crawlers are located right here, which we could possibly do. I don't know if that'll be this video, but that would be a good video. If you guys slap that like button, I would probably do that for you. Assets. So, wheels. Was it here? Oh. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I was reading that the whole time. Wheels is right here. So from here, it's calling in. Let's just scroll down so we can peek at where it's asking from this code here. So this data shared wheels, tires. So we're going to go to tires next. And then Continental. Terra Contact HT. That's this one. So and then there's so many XMLs in here. And then 75R17. 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 Somewhere around here. But this is where it's going to be pulling from. Cool. There it is right here. And we're not going to edit this one. I'm just going to show you what it's calling for. So how it goes is the game loads in the wheel. Here's the wheel. And it goes, okay, game, go get this wheel. It says, okay, I'll go get that wheel. And it runs to this XML, and it goes, all right, the brand is Continental. The name of it is this. The physics, and this is the radius, the width, the mass. All these could be set inside of here, but they also could be set inside of here. They cannot be set inside of both, I believe. I think that contradicts. And then it'll show, you can change tire type, how much friction. These are all, some of this stuff I don't exactly know because I don't mess around with it too much. And this is where it calls for our tire. So it's calling for our tire at R17 contact H. And I do believe that's actually in this folder right here. And then when it reaches into that i3D, it's looking at node 4 and the first one on line 4. So we'll open that up just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what the game is asking for here. So it's going to pull our 17 contact. We're just going to open it up. Like I said, don't save or do any changes in these files, or you will have to re-download your whole game. So it's going to come into here, and it's always so dark in these. I'm going to delete this light when I'm done. I don't recommend you do this unless you delete the light. And then it's going to be going for 4.0. So 4.0 would be right here. And this is the tire that the pickup truck is going to call. Let's pull it over just a little bit so you can kind of see what it looks like. So now if we wanted to use a different tire, such as, let's scroll some of these. Do not hit save. I'm warning you right now. Do not, if you're doing this to kind of look at them, do not hit save. Just for visual reference here. Honestly, I need to turn my zoom down when I go to scroll. I'm going wicked fast. They all kind of look the same. I guess I gotta look at the tread a little bit and see if there's really any difference. If there's a difference, I'm having a hard time seeing it. It's just gonna be different. All right. Well, if you wanted to change it, let's say we're gonna reach into a different XML file. Look right here, save changes, no. Check. Okay, if we wanted it to reach into a different XML or I3D, we could change that right here. So say we liked the next wheel, we didn't like that one. So the left node is gonna be 5 instead of 4, right? And the game would go to that node and pull in that tire. So you could kind of build yourself a pack of tires that you always could reach in. If you're a modder who makes a lot of mods, you could have these little packs so you wouldn't have to have the I3Ds on each mod, and it saves a lot of space. These are just different configurations, and the inner file name. This is the outer rim and the inner rim. These rims are being pulled from kind of that same little area as well. We're going to go back to the rims right here, and there's a ton of stuff. Really, I'm assuming it's probably this one right here. Let's see what it says. No, it's actually rim 001. But rim 010, I don't even know what any of these look like. Rims pickup. You can kind of build yourself a tire by using this XML. If you get what I'm saying here. You make your own XML, you inject it, you delete all this, and then, you know, my mod, you'd put it in there, and then you'd make your XML that would call to all your different tires and rims, and you could get nice and technical. Honestly, I would start with a like item. So if you're making a tractor tire, maybe copy all the code from a tractor tire and kind of the setup and the function. And if you don't know, and some of this stuff I don't know, width and diameter, that's a little easy to figure out if you know, use your brain and kind of break stuff up a little bit. Don't literally break it up, just in your head. You can kind of fumble your way through it if you're using a like type of vehicle. So I would only use this tire if I was making a small truck like this. So let's close that before we mess it up, and do not save it. We are going to route our XML to this file right now so we can load it up in game and start playing with it and showing you kind of how to, let's add a wheel. Let's change a wheel out and put something else in there. And that'll probably be the end of the video because we're already at like 13 minutes. But this stuff doesn't go quick, especially trying to explain it. I may or may not be good. You can let me in the comments. Do I suck? Because there's literally one person who dislikes every video I do. Just one. Everybody, I get tons of likes on it, and there's always just one. It's weird. It's like that one person doesn't like me. So if I'm really horrible at this, please give me some recommendations on how I could be better. Now, we've already created our pickup i3D in our i3D folder. We need to remember to reroute that path. That's most of your modding problems you're going to have, guys, is just forgetting to route stuff. Yeah. I want the word ridiculous. That way we know I made this one. Now, I'm gonna find a different tire. I'm gonna put you guys on hold for a minute while I scavenge through, and we're gonna try to swap out these XMLs. Just keep it simple, swap it out, and see how ridiculous it looks. All right, so I think I found some. I'll just show you when we get in game here, but I don't know, 100% no. Let's go with this one, and if it's the wrong one, we can just change it later. So I got my pickup. Get rid of you real quick. And we're going to go through and change this whole file path right here to one that's a little bit more readable for us. So it will still be data shared wheels tires, except now we're going to be dabbling in BKT. I'm just going to paste that in there right now before I lose it. And then it is ride flow max blah 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 blah, rename. Okay, so that's going to be the new address for everything. So we're going to copy and paste that into each one of these, and then we're going to load up the game and see what we broke. Shouldn't have broke anything. This might actually break because this wheel configuration stuff might be matching up with the Continental. Just so we don't crash it, I'm going to hit block on that really quick. Alright, now we have this ridiculous mod. Let's hit save. I'm going to load it up and we're going to look at it. So I will see you in game in just a hairy minute. And got her loaded up. And the ridiculous pickup is in game. See if it, oh yeah, see, I knew this was going to give me an issue. The wheel config pickup not found, wheel config. So what this is doing is, let's switch back. It worked. Look, we got different, but they're backwards. Or maybe not. Maybe they're meant to be like that. I don't know. I've never used these wheels before. They look kind of backwards. Whatever. They look a lot better than what was on there before. So let's go look at this XML file we just called for. Oh, my silly face. I didn't even see this. So the reason why it's throwing that error is because of these bad boys. I'm just going to delete these. I'm not going to be setting up configurations in this video. So now it's loading up our XML. That's in our folder. Let's hit reload on the store thing and okay, cool. No errors, I think. Or did we get it again? I hate it when it does that. Honestly, one of the best ways I found to is just buy it. If I can buy it, buy it. Don't mind the boat. Okay, we got her in there. I'm gonna take a peek at these rims because what did I put on here? I didn't even really look. It's going through. You can see the axle a little bit. I mean, they're fat. There's some fatties, that's for sure. Definitely a lot meatier looking, huh? It kind of. All right. Well, now that we got that up and going, we'll stop. Let's go into here. Show you a neat little trick. Now that the game isn't being funky with that, we're just going to delete it. And we're going to create another one. So I'm going to copy this configuration code. I'm going to go through. I'm not going to hit. So I'm going to remove this part of it. Brand. Let's find another set of wheels. What was the other ones that was in there? There's these ones. And I'm just going to continue to copy it into my folder. That way I can edit it later on if I want and not have to go through and worry about stressing. Alright, got those in there. Let's just give it a random name. I don't think we have any 110 in the mod disk. Option 2. And see what it pulls in for us. So let's go back to the game. Reload store items. No errors. Cool, cool. I love that. No errors. Load up our truck. And wheel setup, there's standard. And what's this one? Okay, a little bit skinnier. They're not calling in any hubs. So we could totally call in some hubs if we wanted to and add those to it. But now we have 2 different options here of tires. And let's, I mean, honestly, this is probably, this video is just going to stay focused on the wheels right now. And maybe we'll make another one later on the next part. We already kind of did lights. I already covered out how to install lights. If you're curious about that, I made another video. License plates, we could do that later. So we're going to go option 3 now. Let's find another set of tires. And I've been sticking in the realm of the 17s just so they fit underneath the wheel well. So if I see something that says 17, I'm gonna like, oh, let's try that. ATV. This one should be fun. Those are a lot smaller though. Those are drastically smaller. Let's try it. Okay, renamed. Option 3. And honestly, you guys could do this for any of your mods or anything like that. Like, this is the stepping stone to creating your own rims, tires, stuff like that. Let's hit save. Let's reload her again. Okay, reloaded. Option 3. So now we have all sorts of ridiculous tires. Boing. I mean, those dinky little things. Those are cute. Well, that's it, guys. I think that's going to be it for this video. We did cover quite a bit here, and I'm showing you how to kind of go through and make your own shindig here. Let's see if I can change the brand of this to Lambo. I don't know. Let's do one more load because, you know, why not? So Continental, yeah, cool. See, so you could change your brands out. If you know how to make your own brands and stuff, you could add your brand to your wheel, and so that would be Lambo's option. Well, that's neat, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to try to keep uploading pretty regular again. Have a good day, guys.